my god, work was exhausting today. I'm just glad I can finally sit down and relax. Boy, I could sure go for a good movie right about now. Let's see if Netflix has any fine offerings. No. Oh, this looks like Hey look, it's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? Oh yeah, this one's a classic. Alright, got my pistachios, got my red velvet cream cheese filled Chips Ahoy cookies in hand. I think I'm ready to watch Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, baby. Let's begin. Wait, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
Good morning, Starshine. The Earth says hello.
What? Why is that Willy so pale? Oh my god, so much German expressionism and anthropomorphism. So much curvature. What the fuck? Okay. Chocolate Factory. Tim Burton. Let's check out this one. Let's see what this kind Rakib has to say on the matter. Hey, what's going on, folks? They call me Cayenne Peppers, and you probably clicked on this video because your beloved golden retriever died. But came back to life this morning somehow. And or you just watched a Tim Burton film. Both phenomenons will be explored here for you today. Oh heck yeah, two of my biggest answers are gonna be questioned in one video? Sweet. The common phrases thrown around when Tim Burton is brought up are, his movies are so weird. He's weird. He's a weirdo. The trope being that Burton's eccentric art style is, well, weird. But is that really the case? More so, is it a problem? Yeah. Nah, Tim Burton is considered to be one of the most creative and adventurous filmmakers you can find according to many critics and film watchers alike. You're never entirely sure what you're going to see next, but you do know that you're going to be dazzled by a kind of wild and wally, exuberant gothic dementia. The feeling film critic Owen Gleiberman has towards Burton movies. Now, these are some big words, but what do they mean in this context? While it's possible to go on for hours over all the finer details and conceptions of what a Tim Burton film consists of, to keep things brief, here are a few key outlining traits to look out for when indulging into the Burtonverse. Why does this guy sound like me? Dark but animated environments, intentional vigorous shadows and lighting, rugged and demented creatures and monsters, all of which have a sprightly afterfinish. These all describe German Expressionism traits that are whisked together with Tim Burton's art direction with his characters and worlds. Burton films have been labeled to be gothic due to the use of, well, dark. For example, The Batman 1989, directed by the man himself, is, well, dark. Burton wanted to take the world of The Dark Knight back to its roots, especially after the Batman 1966 TV series that was very wacky and colorful.
Look, they discovered we're gone.
The visual contrast here is literally night and day. Not to say Tim Burton films can't be colorful or wacky, far from it in fact. One of Burton's breakout films, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, was all about being fun and wacky and colorful and chaotic. Even then, this movie still has many elements of a Tim Burton film that will be discussed later on in the video.
This!
Tim Burton movies commonly portray unholy creatures such as Jack Skellington in the famous stop-motion animation The Nightmare Before Christmas, and or anthropomorphism as seen by realistic CGI workaholic squirrels in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The characters themselves often have a distinct look to them: big eyes, lanky limbs, cone chins, exaggerated physical features in general. Overall, the edgy visuals that follow in line with German Expressionism help give his movies that certain Burton flair. However, while visuals and art direction are very crucial to a film's impact on the audience, those same adventures and compelling stories are accompanied by soundtracks that drive the memorability bus right into their brain and parallel park it in their heart. Tim Burton films are known for having orchestral pieces that simply just convey exactly the emotions one is intended to feel at a certain part of a movie. This is achieved in countless Burton films thanks to the very smart choice of working with composer, singer, and songwriter Danny Elfman. Danny Elfman has composed the soundtracks for many of Tim Burton classics, including the Batman theme that was reused in future Batman movies and even the video games. Danny even created the musical numbers in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. Burton's relationship with Danny Elfman and the ability for Elfman to understand Burton's desire for the perfect tune is vital to the musical aspect of any given film being worked on at the time. This special type of relationship is also seen with a few other figures in the movie industry. Actors who have appeared in one Tim Burton film may appear in another or more. Very few actors truly understand the intricate yet simple mind of Burton. One of Tim Burton's go-to actors is Johnny Depp. Depp has appeared as Willy Wonka.
Go ahead.
I can't believe that's Johnny Depp. Hatter in Alice in Wonderland. Edward Scissorhands in Edward Scissorhands. And even lending his voice for Victor in Tim Burton's animated classic Corpse Bride.
How rude of me to... well, excuse me.
Johnny Depp and Tim Burton really go hand in hand, both having a spiritual apprehension of each other's visioning and personalities. When not dealing with legal battles against his ex-wife, you could be damn sure Johnny Depp will capitulate any distinctive character Burton wants to see out of him. Speaking of ex-wives, another actor who has appeared in many roles alongside Depp in the Burtonverse is Burton's ex-wife, Helena Bonham Carter. Despite their divorce in 2014, Carter also had that similar deep understanding of the creative vision Burton would want to flesh out in his films. A few other famous actors who have acted in a Burton movie before have been asked to return for new roles in new Burton movies. Burton brought back meme legend himself, Danny DeVito, after playing the Penguin in Batman Returns 1992, and coming back to play Medici in Dumbo 2019. Another actor, Michael Keaton, who played Burton's iteration of Batman, has also appeared in a vast amount of other Burton films throughout the year. His choice of actors to play his characters and his great relationships with them allow for familiarity of actors with unique characters on the screen each movie. Now, going back to the idea of Tim Burton films being weird. The reason many may feel this way about them is due to his childhood and nature of isolationism. From his childhood, Tim Burton had always felt isolated from his fellow community, if you will.
School, nobody seemed to really like me. I don't know. Nobody just seemed to really like me that much.
And never had the best connection with his parents, who wanted him to follow a different path. Burton sought refuge in watching films about monsters, those of which he often sympathizing with the outcast. He also read a lot of Edgar Allan Poe, who wrote many dark poems, which most likely influenced Burton's Gothic style and way of thinking. Eventually, he started to make his own characters, those of which he made sure to illustrate with heavily animated and exaggerated physical features. Before long, Burton found himself working at Disney, and before long again, found himself fired. Because apparently his movie Frankenweenie was too scary for Disney's liking. A common theme found in many Burton films are dead creatures, specifically dogs, becoming alive again. This is most likely because of the loss of a pet Burton had when he was a youngin'. It probably affected him a lot emotionally, pushing him to create movies that remind him of his old pal. But unfortunately were criticized as being damaging to the youth.
Oh dear God!
Okay, well, fortunately, Burton didn't stop there. He would continue on with his own style and would solidify himself as an unconventional filmmaker with some of his breakout hits such as Beetlejuice and The Batman. Burton broke the conventions of filmmaking, the rules. One way he broke the so-called rules was by basing entire movies simply off of concept art for a character. He would then create the world and other characters and then the movie. Interestingly enough, sometimes the concept art and the final product look very similar, as typically the design of characters can be changed drastically before the final release. Burton doesn't actually write his movies though. Instead, he hires a very talented selection of writers. After he has the story, he is the one responsible for bringing it to life in a compelling way. Tim Burton, throughout the early 2000s, during the new age of CGI and special effects, opted to stick with practical effects and real makeup/costumes for the characters. Now, Tim Burton has used CGI before to bring more vibrant and crazy worlds to life, especially in his newer movies. But his use of practical effects gave a sense of realism to his films, considering that what was on screen actually did happen in a controlled environment and wasn't all digitally put there. Burton films also stood out amongst the rest by having an art style consisting of a plethora of harsh curves and winding shapes. It could be said that Tim Burton films are synonymous with the aesthetic of tree branches. A perfect example of all of the aforementioned key aspects used in one film is Tim Burton's Corpse Bride. From the dark and grim lighting, to the warped visuals, to having Johnny Depp and Danny Elfman on set, and even having an undead pup, this stop-motion animation defines the Tim Burton way. A tour theory describes the director being the creative force behind a film, and Tim Burton absolutely breathes life into any project he wants to put on the big screen. This is all thanks to the history of embracing the outcast and not shying away from breaking the conventional tactics of filmmaking. This man has created some of the most artistic films on the market and inspired many other films such as Coraline that is often mistaken as Burton's own creation. Despite critics taking note of the unusual designs and attitudes of the characters, that weird factor is without a doubt what makes these Burtonverse films unlike anything else. And as the years go by, Tim Burton is showing no clear signs of stopping anytime soon. The creative force will continue to live on for many more worlds to come. You know what? He's right. Just because the films are different doesn't mean they can't be appreciated. In fact, I kinda want to be in a Tim Burton film now. Should probably call up my manager. Hi. Yeah, Tim Burton. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'd love my chin to be 5 inches longer. God damn it.